What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to vinyl wrap a front fender using Teckwrap Burnt Maroon. This is a matte finish film. It's got a really nice metallic in it. I'm actually super stoked about installing this. Now, the front fender has already been prepared. I've wiped it off with 70% isopropyl alcohol, so pretty straightforward. You can see that I've removed things out of the way, from bumpers off, headlights off. The front bumper doesn't need to come off to wrap the fenders, but it is nice to be able to wrap the front bumper when you can remove grill pieces and so on. So we'll get into that later on. Grill pieces off and everything is wiped inside the wheel well and all around, other than one thing that I haven't done yet, which is put some masking tape right here on the top pillar. This film, beautiful finish. And like I said, I can't wait to install it. So all I'm gonna do right now is put this here, put a few magnets down. That will stay, it's rigid enough, or I don't have to even anchor this side. And we're gonna put a couple of pieces of masking tape just on the pillar. Why, you might ask? Well, because I want to make sure that I can tuck the film around that side as nicely as possible. And the masking tape helps tremendously in doing that. That's good enough, 2 pieces. I usually do 1. 2 pieces is more safe measure and precaution. Now, you can do this with the hood up or down, totally up to you. You're gonna see that with the hood up, and I left it up for a reason, that the hood corner or the hood edge right here is in the way. So I like to put it down. Why? Because it's also gonna give us a straight, clean cut when we use the edge of the hood to wrap around. Okay, so we're gonna move this piece up. I already cut it, obviously. And I highly, highly, highly recommend running your vinyl in the same direction, which means going all the way down the side of the car, all the way around the entire vehicle in the same direction. This looks awesome. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited about a color in a long time. This hood sits up high for some reason. There we go. I guess it has a double latch. Yeah. All right. Now the hood is actually super tight down here, but I'm going to show you guys how to tackle that. I'm going to peel off some of the release liner, and all I'm going to do is tack the film down to the opposite panel. I like to personally remove everything all at once. Now this can be a little bit challenging because the film can be sticky. So just letting you know, it can be sticky. And depending on how you like your vinyls, it can be maybe more sticky than you like. So removing some of the release liner, excuse me, at a time can really help. Now, as you notice, my magnets are on the opposite side. They're not on the fender side, they're on the door side, because that's getting cut off. We don't need them. We don't need magnets there. And then here, beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna pull this tight. And as you saw, sorry, I didn't explain it, but over here, I started with a flat spot. Why? Because it helps tremendously to have a flat spot to start with, which means we just need one little flat spot to start off with, and we're good to go. Now, I can take my magnet, I can put it there. Oh, that's not magnetic, so I can't put it there. That's okay. I'm gonna take this area down here, and we're gonna stretch this down and flatten this out, just like this. Simple. If you're wondering what kind of car this is, it's a Jaguar F-Pace. We're gonna squeegee out all this air. This color, wow, really a fan. Got to say, it's like over the top cool. I don't even like this car, and it's my car, and I can't wait to drive it. Okay, so we're gonna squeegee out a lot of that. Now, I probably, as I was showing you stretching across here, I probably don't even need any heat. So we're just gonna take the film. I'm in room temperature right now. I can see the temperature is 22 degrees Celsius. It's about 72, 73 Fahrenheit. We're gonna stretch that towards the front, like this. Just like this. Towards that front corner. And we're gonna get all that locked in. Okay, I'm gonna hold that right there. See what I'm doing? Now we're going to take our squeegee, start way back, and that's going to make sure we squeegee out all of the air. Now this is a polymeric vinyl, so if we need it to shrink, it will shrink on its own. We don't need to really do anything crazy as far as stretching goes, because it will just shrink around the panel. Let's come up to the top and let's finish off this last little bit right in here. Okay. Let's come across that very top edge. Be careful with your squeegee. Matte films can shine out, which means like if you cause too much friction, it can make a point of it shiny. Usually that heats out. And that's not always the case, depends on the finish or the brands, but it's not always the case. I made one there and it's gone. Excellent. All right, so all we're gonna do here is we're gonna start pre-shrinking. You're gonna see, you can see the film move, okay? Film's moving. Whew, it's a little hot. It's all right. I should be wearing a wrap glove right now. And it's finished there. Now, I don't have to wrap way inside of here, but I'm going to. It doesn't matter if you don't. But I like to go inside a little further just to make sure that I have solid coverage. Okay, so you saw that vinyl shrink. Now it moved, right? Which means it shrunk. And we're going to come inside here. Great. Now I don't have to go like super nuts here. I don't have to like squeegee out and cut out all these holes. I could. And you can if you want to. It's just more time consuming. But we should post heat it regardless. Okay, so I'm going to post heat it. Let's see what's going on down here. We're going to cut this off. So I'm going to take my knife and run it right along the underside edge, right there. And come down right there. And then same thing here. Let's get that out. Great. Let's take our knife now and let's start right here. And come down the door side. And that will leave us enough to wrap around into the fender area. Now, as I come up here, I'm going to cut in the free space. You can mask off your door if you really want to. Might not be a bad idea, depending on your skill level. And then we're gonna keep going along here. So let's do the top right here. I'm gonna make sure that's nice and tight. All of it's shrinking down. It's doing its thing before I cut. Great, let's see here, watch, look at it go flat. Cool, right? Look at it actually wrap underneath the fender. I didn't even touch that. Look at it, look how far it is. I don't need it that far, that's just way too far. But that's how far it wrapped under the fender on its own. Just by stretching the film properly and then pre-shrinking it afterwards. So I'm running my knife on the opposite side, on the hood side right now. And as I come out to the end here, I'm gonna actually lift the vinyl up and run my knife outwards. You can put a piece of tape on the hood to prevent you from scratching it. And then up top here, take that, cut that off. So let's get that out of the way. Awesome. Do the hood next. Man, I can't wait to see this color. This is awesome. All right, so let's do here. I just need to be around slightly. If we go too much, it's probably just going to be a burden. And then down here, again, same thing. Cut. And see how much easier it is when the bumper's out of the way and the headlight's out of the way? Tremendously easier. Okay, so here I have a lot of vinyl. We're going to cut a lot away. Let's leave ourselves with about 1 inch because I know that the weld on the inside doesn't go in that much. All right. Left my glove over there. Let me just grab my glove because I'm going to need it. I was going to say I was going to do it without the glove, but It's just easier with a glove. Okay, so let's now squeegee into here. We're gonna work the film in evenly. So I'm gonna start down here in the corner. Watch, I'm gonna hit that with heat. I'm gonna roll that corner around really nicely, just like that, boom. Let's go a little bit more there. There we go. Check it out. Let's go this corner now. Boom. And let's squeegee all the way inside to the ends of the actual weld or fender. Got one little air bubble there, so I had to pull it back. Again, nice and evenly and consistently all the way through, bits at a time. We're doing many passes here, guys. I'm not trying to get this done in one shot. I'm trying to get this done in several attempts. One wrinkle there. Let's get that out. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go under here right now. I'm gonna squeegee this down with the buffer side first, and then use the hard edge right there. And we're gonna cut out this area. Now, again, my knife is just gonna run at the very edge of the inside of the fender. You're gonna hear that there's a carpet in there. Probably hear that. Cool. And then let's go down the rest of the way. And then this needs to be heated again one more time. This is all for safe measure. Does it really need it? That's a different question. I find that it's your security blankets with any wrap that you're using is to just be extremely thorough. I'm maybe overly thorough. Why? Because you learn lessons over time, you know? And you don't want to have to redo stuff. Okay, let's go to the top here. Let's start squeezing some of that down. I can probably add a bit of heat here. I'm not already at the top, that's great. And you're gonna see what happens like right here. I'm gonna cut in on more of the top side right there. Sorry if I'm in your way. Here we go. And be careful of the gloss black, obviously that's there. I could have masked that. Let's go out from here actually and see if I actually cut that well enough to, yep, cool. So all I did was score the vinyl, right? So even though the tape is there, I didn't actually cut through. To do this, we're gonna open the door. Just like that, that's enough. And I'm going to, let's just actually press some of this down inside while it's cold. And then here at the corner, we're gonna take this and push that down a bit when it's cold as well, right? Let's move this out of the way, in case it is in the way. Right here. Let's get these out of the way because they're just a distraction. And I'm gonna push it down when it's cold and we're gonna heat it. But we're also gonna work the rest of the door area here. Let's just focus on this top area. So let's do that, heat it. Now massage that down and around. How beautiful that corner is gonna look. Look at this, magnificent. Let's just do a little bit more here. And then same thing right here with this piece. Right here, that corner, we have to heat that quite a bit and push from the top side and get that rolled around. Now what I'm rolling, see what I'm doing? I'm rolling the vinyl around. Let's go on the top right here. Now there's a trim piece that sits at the top of the fender. So I'm not overly concerned about what's going on up here that much because I know how tight it fits. But hey, you know, if you want to make it really nice and want all of it to be perfect, I don't blame you for wanting to do this area also. Anyways, my top corner is going to be perfect. That corner is going to be perfect. I have vinyl to trim off still, just so you're aware. And then actually, let's just get this tucked down and around on the top. Cool. Let's add a bit more heat. Awesome. Now I will eventually open the hood up. I'm just going to get this rolled around slightly. It's going to be much easier once the hood is up. Now let's focus on the door side. So before I open up the hood, because the hood will be last. Let's focus on the door side. Let's hit all this with some heat. Let's start from the top. And you can see my fingers are not wrapping all the way around. Let's hit the corner with a lot of heat and then push that down and around. And even an inch or two above it, just push that down and around. Now let's continue to lead with the heat gun and follow with our hands until we work the film around in 3 or 4 passes. Beautiful. I'm going to trim off this little extra film. That's going to clean that up pretty nicely. And just come down and up and around, around that corner. Just like this. Sorry for my chain hitting the mic. I noticed that in some of the other videos, so I'll try to prevent that from happening. Okay, corner's beautiful. It's not done yet. We're going to trim inside here. And we don't need to leave a lot of extra vinyl around our corners. It's super simple as far as doing this goes. Okay. I'm going to add heat, and then we're going to open the hood. There, push down, smush it down. Use pressure. It's all about pressure, not stretch. Use tension and stretch, you're way more likely to have complications down the road. Again, that's with any film. So we want to make sure that we're not adding tension to our edges. Let's just peel that off because we don't need it anymore. Cool. Looks awesome. Let's get the hood open. And then I'll show you quickly the air intake, or whatever you want to call that, the vent, big vent. Let's close the door. Don't need that open anymore. See, there's our tab. We're going to utilize that piece of vinyl that I have on the very end right here to actually wrap around that corner. So I'm going to zoom in for you guys. It's probably a little hard to see. So to show you what I'm working with right here, just this little tab. I'll push that down firmly, if we can, while it's cold. And then we're going to heat it. So I can just hold it like this, and then heat it, and then smush it down and around. So I'm not adding tension to the edge. I'm just conforming and molding the film around. All right, let's do this. Let's get that around. Let's get all up in there. Fender's pretty thin. There's not a lot of area on the inside there. I'm going to show you all of this up close. I'm done. Almost done. Amazing. So I added so much heat to this corner over here. It went a little bit shiny, but no one's going to see that it's a little bit shiny because it's a super small area. All they're going to notice is how nice your corner looks. That's what they're going to notice. Well, I will try to show you the shimmery / shininess of the corner. I have no idea how well that's going to show up on camera. Let's do some of these cuts here. So I'll just do a couple for you. So you want to have a super sharp knife when you do this. Just come in, cut them out. Okay, this is a bit of a pain, but hey, it is what it is. Stick that there. That's getting cut out too. Same thing here. And when your knife is super sharp, it's a lot easier. Fish that out. This doesn't have to be perfect, but by doing this the way I'm doing it right now, I'm preventing cutting on the paint. So sure, I could rub my knife inside here, but I'd be cutting on the paints, and I don't want to do that. First of all, it's my car, but second of all, if it's a customer's car, they're not going to appreciate that either. So we don't want to cut on the paint. So we're just going to cut in these little holes, these little slots. They don't have to be perfect. As long as you get them super close, you can just tear off the rest. You can see that I'm not cutting them like entirely through. They're close, but oops, that one's going to go inside. Don't want that going inside. It's kind of my pet peeve. Have vinyl pushed into the inside area. And you start to get the idea. Doesn't matter, once we throw the grill piece back on, it's entirely covered. So even if these cutouts are not like super nice, it doesn't matter at all. Look at this finish. This finish is freaking gorgeous. I'm super excited about this. So let's bring the camera in to show you guys what's going on with the corners, the edges, and so on. And that's it. That's our fender wrap, you know. Excuse me. Look at that corner. That is a beauty. Nice clean edge all the way down. That's the benefit of having the hood down. You're gonna get a nice clean edge. Got a couple of tiny wrinkles on the underside here, just right there. That's not that important. I mean, no one's gonna see it. The corner looks nice and round. You can see it from here. Let's come to the top. Couple of really small wrinkles, like way down in there. I can definitely heat those. And sorry, focus. Heat those and push them down, or even just that right there. It's gonna do a decent job. I haven't inspected this from a top point of view yet, so you guys are the first to see it, even before me. I did this all on camera to show you guys. And I stayed out of the way entirely. Okay, and then inside the wheel well, this is a cool color. You can see it's all, there's no white. There's no white showing, right? That's it. That's the front fender all wrapped in about 40 minutes. And yeah, just have to cut out a little bit more of those. I'm done. I hope the video was informative, helpful, and detailed in showing you how to do this. I look forward to doing more videos for you guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care.